The message was simple. One word transmitted across every frequency in every language known to the 37 species that comprise the Galactic Council. Asterisk praeasterisk. Ambassador James Reed stood before the council chambers, his weathered face revealing nothing of the storm raging within. Behind him, the 12 representatives of humanity waited in silence, each wearing the black armband that had become humanity's symbol of mourning and warning. 3 days ago, a human child had died on Proxima Station. Her name was Emma Taylor. She was 8 years old. "You claim this was an accident," Reed said, his voice carrying across the massive circular chamber. "We have evidence that suggests otherwise." High Counselor Xath, a towering insectoid with compound eyes that reflected the chamber's blue light, leaned forward. "Ambassador Reed, we understand your species' emotional attachment to your young, but diplomatic stations are dangerous places for children. The airlock malfunction was no malfunction," Reed interrupted. The chamber erupted in murmurs. Interrupting the High Counselor was unprecedented. "Our engineers have analyzed the data. The safety protocols were manually overridden." The Praxian representative, a gelatinous being named Turv, rippled in agitation. "This is outrageous, to accuse the council of deliberately harming a child." "We are not accusing the entire council," said Dr. Lisa Monroe, stepping forward from the human delegation. As Earth's foremost xenobiologist, her presence lent gravity to the proceedings. "Our investigation points to a specific faction that believes humanity's rapid advancement poses a threat to the established order." The chamber fell silent. Every species in the council knew of humanity's unprecedented rise. In just 70 years since first contact, humans had achieved technological advancements that took other species centuries. Their adaptability, their determination, their inexplicable ability to thrive in almost any environment, these traits had earned them both admiration and fear. "What do you want?" asked Saf finally. Reed's gaze swept the chamber. "Justice. The perpetrators handed over for trial under human law." "Impossible," hissed Delegate Vrock of the Saurian Collective. "Council members are subject only to council justice." Reed nodded, as if expecting this response. "Then you have 24 hours to conduct your own investigation and deliver the guilty parties. After that, humanity will consider the entire council complicit. And then—" Xath's mandibles clicked softly. "Then you should pray." Admiral Tom Wilson stared at the tactical display aboard the HS Retribution. 27 human warships had taken position at strategic points throughout Council space, seemingly appearing out of nowhere despite the Council's sophisticated detection systems. "Status report," he ordered. "All ships in position, Admiral," replied Commander Kate West. "Stealth systems functioning perfectly. The Council remains unaware of our true numbers or positions." Wilson nodded. Few in the Council understood what they had awakened. When humanity first ventured to the stars, they had done so with open hands, but centuries of warfare on Earth had taught them to prepare for the worst, even while hoping for the best. While trading technology and culture with alien species, they had quietly developed defenses that outmatched anything in known space. Quantum stealth technology, gravitational weapons, faster-than-light communication systems that operated outside normal detection parameters. All of it hidden until now. "They won't find the culprits," said West softly. "Not in 24 hours. "No," Wilson agreed. "They won't." On Earth, in the small town of Lakeside of Ohio, Emma Taylor's parents sat in their living room surrounded by neighbors and friends. The global grief was personal here, concentrated in the empty bedroom upstairs, with its collection of space models and drawings of alien worlds Emma had dreamed of visiting. Robert Taylor held his wife's hand as they watched the news. The countdown timer in the corner of the screen showed less than 3 hours remaining before humanity's deadline expired. "Do you think there will be war?" Susan Taylor asked, her voice hollow. Robert shook his head. "No, something worse." In the council chambers, chaos reigned. 17 hours of investigation had yielded nothing. Some counselors demanded capitulation to human demands. Others called for military mobilization. "We cannot allow a single species to dictate terms to the council," argued Frock. especially not one as young as humanity. You don't understand what we're facing, countered Delegate Arilla, one of the few who had spent significant time among humans. They don't think like us. When they protect their own, they recognize no limits. High Counselor Xath raised all four limbs for silence. We have received a message from Earth's United Government. They are extending the deadline by 6 hours as a final gesture of goodwill. Relief rippled through the chamber, but Arilla shook her head. It isn't goodwill. They're already in position. They're simply giving us one last chance to avoid what comes next. The deadline passed. No culprits were identified. At precisely the moment the countdown reached 0, every electronic system in Council space flickered simultaneously. For 7 seconds, one for each year of Emma Taylor's life before coming to Proxima Station, all communications, defense systems, and navigation controls throughout the 37 Council worlds went dark. When they came back online, a message waited in every system, alongside detailed files identifying 6 Council members who had orchestrated the airlock malfunction as part of a plan to slow human integration into galactic society. The message read, "Asterisk today, we could have ended you. Remember this mercy when next you consider harming one of our children." Asterisk. Within hours, the 6 conspirators were in custody, their own governments eager to disassociate themselves from the plot. 1 week later, Ambassador Reed stood again before the Council. "Humanity accepts the Council's formal apology and the judgment passed against those responsible," he said. "We consider this matter closed." "And your warships?" asked Staff. Reed smiled faintly. "What warships, High Counselor? Your detection systems never found any human vessels in Council space beyond our registered diplomatic shuttles." As he turned to leave, Delegate Arilla approached him privately. "You could have destroyed us." "We don't want destruction," Reed replied. "We want a galaxy where children like Emma can explore without fear. But make no mistake, we will protect our own." The message, Arilla said, "Why pray?" Reed looked at her with eyes that reflected the depth of human determination. "Because facing humanity's wrath would require divine intervention," he said simply. "And we wanted you to have time to make peace with your gods." He walked away, leaving the Council with the uncomfortable knowledge that the galaxy's balance of power had shifted irreversibly, and that humanity, strange, fierce, terrifying humanity, was now its fulcrum.